Hello, boys and girls. I want to do a quick lesson with you on ABC order. This is going to be on your assignment schedule this week. There's going to be a Google Slides activity for you to do, a lesson. So I just want to review for you what ABC order is. ABC order, or alphabetical order, means that if you're going to put words in order according to their first letter and where they fall on the alphabet. So it's going to be helpful for you to have the alphabet written down somewhere or printed out somewhere so it's easy for you to see. So let's say you have 4 words. I have cat, dog, bird, turtle. If I'm going to put these words in alphabetical order or ABC order, I want to put them in order based on where their first letter is in the alphabet. So I look at the first letter, C, D, B, T. Now, when I look at the alphabet, I see that B, second letter, obviously, bird is going to be the first word that I put in alphabetical order because B comes before C, D, or T. Okay, so bird would be number 1. Now, what would come next? I've got either cat, dog, or turtle. I see that the letter C comes first in the alphabet before a D or before a T, which is way over here. So cat is going to be next, word number 2. And then dog, because D comes after C. And in order doesn't mean it has to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like every single letter. You just look and say, well, T comes after B, C, and D in the alphabet. It's way over here. So that means turtle is going to be the 4th word. Okay, so now the first letters are in order alphabetically. Now that one was pretty easy because they all started with a different letter. If you look at these words, you will notice that, hey, they all start with the same letter. They all start with S. So when words start with the same letter, then you have to look at the second letter. Okay, so it's called alphabetical order to the second letter. So I have S-E, I have S-N, I have S-H, and ooh, I have S-N again. So we want to look at that second letter and say, well, which one comes first in the alphabet? Is it E, N, H? Well, when I go to my alphabet, I see there's E. Might even want to underline. There's H, and there's N. Those are the letters that I'm dealing with. So because E comes before H or N, I'm going to put seal as number 1. Okay, now number 2, so I'm done with that. It's either SN, as in snake or snail, or SH. Well, H comes before N in the alphabet, so that means that shrimp, don't forget to blend your sounds if you don't know the word, shrimp is going to come before snake or snail. Now here's where it gets even trickier. Snake and snail both have SN, so you can't just look at the second letter. Oh my goodness, they have the same third letter also. S-N-A, S-N-A. Now that means if these words were in the dictionary, which they are in the dictionary, they would probably be on the same page in the dictionary. Now we don't use dictionaries so much anymore because we have the internet, but there's online dictionaries and words are put in alphabetical order. So if you were looking for the word snake or snail, you would go to the S section, okay, and you would have to flip through. The first words in the S section would be ones that start with S-A, okay, and then it would keep going, and eventually you'd get to the words that start with S-N, and then those stay in order. So the words that start with S-N-A would be together, and if they have the first 3 letters the same, then you have to look at the 4th letter. So we have S-N-A-K, we have S-N-A-I. Now what comes first in the alphabet, K or I? Well, let's look up here. Here's K, there's I. So I comes before K, so that means that snail would be before snake in alphabetical order or in a dictionary. And that's why we need to know this skill. If you say, why do I need to know how to put words in alphabetical order? It's because if you're ever looking up definitions in a dictionary or online or in a glossary at the back of a book or an index, words will be put in alphabetical order. And you need to know how to find words so that you can find their definitions or whatever information you need to find. Okay, so there's going to be a Google slide. This will be in Google Classroom on Tuesday. And I just want to kind of give you some instructions for how to do this activity. And you'll each have your own copy. So some of you did the other one on synonyms and antonyms. You did great on that. So you start over here with slide number 1 and you just move your way through the slides. Okay, a lot of what you have to do is dragging, and that can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but this says drag and drop the pictures to put them in ABC order. So just like I did, you're going to look at the first letter. Coral starts with a C, seaweed, bubbles, starfish. Okay, so seaweed and starfish are the same, but I know that B comes before C and S, so I'm going to drag that one over here. Let me move those S ones out of the way. And then it's going to be C, so A, B, C. Now S comes towards the end of the alphabet, but it's starfish or seaweed. So ST or SE. Let's look at our alphabet. E comes before T, so that means that seaweed will come before starfish. Okay, so now they're in alphabetical order. Now I'm just going to show you one more. The rest you can kind of look at and figure out yourself, but I want to show you how to drag. Sometimes your mouse can kind of mess up the boxes when you are dragging letters or words. So this one says drag and drop the words and put them in ABC order. So the boxes are numbered. So we have paper, pen, markers, glue, pencil. Another tricky one. There's 3 that start with P. Okay, but if I look at my alphabet, I know that G comes before P and G comes before M, so G is going to be first. Now, let me just show you when you drag this. You're going to click on it first. It's going to be kind of bordered in blue. Now, when you go to move it, you have to be careful. If you kind of move, you can end up messing up the size of the box, and you don't want to end up doing that, and you want to keep it the right size. So when you click on it, and that's not going to work either, you need to click where it makes this little plus sign. Once it makes that plus sign, then you can move it and it won't mess up the sign or the box. Okay, so glue is number 1. Now, if you don't have the alphabet right in front of you, what I usually do is end up saying it to myself. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then I want to see what comes next, M or P. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So M comes before. So I'm going to click here. Again, make sure it makes that plus sign. Usually if you kind of click towards the top of the box, then you'll be able to move it. Okay, so that's number 2. Now I'll leave the rest to you to figure out what's number 3, 4, or 5. So you're going to finish all the slides, and then you will click share, and then you're going to share it with me. Okay? So have fun. I think it's a fun activity, and hopefully you learn about ABC order. There will also be an assignment on ConnectEd this week on ABC order. Okay, have fun learning.